Well, it's always a chartered accountant. Once you are a chartered accountant, you live as a chartered accountant and you die as a chartered accountant.
While taking decisions also, a lot of people tend to rely on AI. What is your suggestion for the chartered accountants out there?
And I felt that it is, being a qualified CA, I felt that it is my personal responsibility to convey what those terms are really mean.
So what made you decide that you want to get into this economic aspect of the industry?
That's why I wrote a book on GDP. AI will never take over the profession, but a professional with the knowledge of AI will certainly take another professional.
What is one advice that you would give to any leader out there today?
I believe in a country like ours, all the policies and decisions are basically taken for tier 1 cities.
Correct.
As it has been said that India lives in its villages, I believe not only villages but even tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. India is going to be a 5 trillion or whatever, $10 trillion economy.
Join me, your host Geena Bharwani, on this episode of Coffee with CA featuring CA Abhijit Kelkar. Hello, sir, and we're really happy to have you on the show over here. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us.
Thank you for having me.
My first thing will be, you're a lawyer, a policymaker, as well as an author, along with being a chartered accountant. So when you have to describe to someone what you do, what is your best definition that you can give yourself?
Well, it's always a chartered accountant.
Okay.
I always say once you are a chartered accountant, you live as a chartered accountant and you die as a chartered accountant.
Okay.
And as you are aware, we are only something 4.5 lakhs amongst 140 crores population of the country. So we are very unique, very rare.
Niche.
So chartered accountant first, then comes other things.
All right. Okay. So what made you decide that you want to get into this economic aspect of the industry?
Well, after qualifying my examination, I realized that there are various concepts, terms that are being widely used by my fellow countrymen, which are not commonly understood by them. And I felt that it is, being a qualified CA, I felt that it is my personal responsibility to convey what those terms are really mean. And that's why I wrote a book on GDP. And I used to write for various newspapers, magazines, and try to explain all these terms, all this concept, so they are easy to understand and their real meaning can be conveyed to the people at large.
That's nice. So you started off. Walk me through your journey as how, when you started off, like just cleared out your exam of CA final. What was the decisions that you made at that point of time?
Well, my father was a businessman, so I always knew what entrepreneurship is all about. So from the day one, you will be surprised to know when my result came on 21st of January. And
I remember the date.
Yes, and because that is also a birth date of my younger daughter. So, that time in 2001, we need to apply via post for membership.
Correct.
And my application for membership is also dated 21st of January. So from very beginning, I decided to be in practice, and being a son of a businessman, I always wanted to be autonomous and not part of any system. And from last 25 years, I am doing well. I have a good firm, good partners, good number of people, those are associated with me. And we are doing fairly well. I'm very happy.
That's nice, sir. So you've been also part of the Nagpur, headed the Nagpur Council over here of ICAI. And it was awarded also the best branch of that particular year. How did that happen? And what are the type of leadership qualities that you use in your foray that to allow that to happen?
Well, to answer your question, I would say For any leader, it is always to take your team along to get the desired results.
Correct.
And not only the Nagpur branch or the WIRC where I represented as a council member, even in other organizations as well, I try to be with everyone. The doors are open for ideas and thoughts. And if we take everyone together, the results are always in your favor. So I strongly believe that apart from having all the leadership qualities, when you are leading the way, you must ensure those who are with you are with you only. Then you get the desired results.
That's nice, sir. So you qualified way back at almost around 2.5 decades ago, right? At that point of time, there were manual dashboards or like manual ledgers, actually, not even
No dashboards.
no dashboards. So you've come to that era where you have dashboards and you're like constantly seeing. How do you feel when you've seen the profession evolved so much across the 2.5 decades?
Yeah. See, in the total ecosystem of chartered accountancy, all the members, the chartered accountants, you can divide them into three parts.
Correct.
One, those who are above age of 60 years, and we can call them as gurus with excellent knowledge and experience. The other part is, I would say, mavericks like me, who are between the age of 40 and 60. They are also good at the knowledge and experience and the technology as well. And the third portion is the digital dynamos, the youngs, the fresh chartered accountants who are below the age of 40. So talking about the way the profession has evolved and how the members are coping with it, I would say the first guru's part, I believe they are not much concerned about the technology, don't want to use it as such. Even you must have heard the day when GST was announced, many those who were practicing in indirect taxes, they left the practice because they didn't want to learn anything new.
Yeah.
So for those who are above 60, evolvement and technology is of no as such botheration. For the mavericks like 40 to 60, yes, they are trying to cope up with the technology. But this FOBO, you must have heard, that fear of being obsolete is the new thing that is bothering them, and many of them are just struggling to keep pace with the changing scenario. And it is very challenging. And for the third one, the digital dynamos, they are working with technology. The way it is coming, they are very smart. And I feel since they are the future of this profession, future of this country as well, they will be shouldering their responsibility very well. And the way we are being called as the partner in nation building, this new generation will certainly shoulder that responsibility with much care.
So, in your opinion, how important is it for across the three generations that you just mentioned? How important is it for them to adapt to the changing regulations which are also coming in, which by the government, along with multiple compliance issuance and all of it, but while also adapting to technology?
Well, so far as compliances or changes in taxation and laws is concerned, I believe we are the only one when it comes to finance and business that who are expert in all these subjects and matters. So for any professional, whether he is in practice or service, keeping his knowledge updated, be abreast with the changing circumstances is always needed. And I believe the professional all across the sectors are doing their job very well. And with the advent of technology, yes, the things are becoming much easier because the resources that are available at present, like earlier, maybe 25 years back, when you wanted to search for any particular case law, you need to browse to so many books.
Correct.
But now with a click of a button, you can get so many case laws, same facts, issues, and so on and so forth. The resources are available in plenty. So getting information has become easier. But for a professional, applying his own mind, his own thinking, and then taking appropriate decision is very much important.
That's nice, sir. So, while taking decisions also, a lot of people tend to rely on AI, especially at the current day and age, especially after 2023 when OpenAI has started out. Um, what is your suggestion for the charter accountants out there that are new or old or like, they've just qualified or they already have a practice for quite some time? What is your take on that as to how do they navigate through this new phase?
Well, talking about AI, I would say AI will never take over the profession.
Correct.
But a professional with the knowledge of AI will certainly take another professional. So, if you really want to excel in this new digitization, the knowledge of using AI, the knowledge of using AI in your profession is inevitable. So, whether you are gurus, mavericks, or dynamos, you must understand to know AI for sure, because that is going to be the future.
So, sir, especially for the upcoming generation, what is your opinion or suggestion that they should keep in mind because they have been exposed to AI right since when they have gotten qualified or even while leaving their finals?
Well, for youngsters or freshers, I must say they are too much relying on the technology. That includes AI as well. And I strongly believe that if you feel that there is a technology for every problem, then you either don't understand the problem or you don't understand the technology.
Okay.
So one must understand in details what issues he is facing and how a technology or AI should be used to solving that particular problem. But the young generation, as I said, it's too much relying on technology, and I feel that it's to some extent dangerous, because as you keep on doing things which you should do yourself and rely on the machine, your mind become obsolete, and
Correct.
then the professional development which otherwise should happen will stop. So my humble suggestion to all the freshers, use the technology but use your mind as well, because you are unique, your education is unique, your training is unique. Please use while doing all your professional pursuits.
That's nice, sir. So, while talking about professional pursuits, what made you become a lawyer and why did you take that up?
Well, to be very honest, when I was in final
Huh.
of my graduation, a friend of mine asked me that what you are going to do after graduation. To which I turned the same question to him, that what you are going to do, and he said I am going to be a chartered accountant.
Okay.
And I said that makes two of us, because I am also going to do the chartered accountancy. It was not as such decided,
Yeah.
but that is how I landed into the chartered accountancy. But like everyone, I have been told that it is one of the difficult examination
Yeah.
in this country. So I thought, if not CA, I will at least become a lawyer.
Okay.
And that is how I got admission into LLB as well as chartered accountancy. But with the grace of God, I cleared both of them. And I am very happy to call myself as a qualified lawyer, because I must say, this is again for the youngster. If you are doing LLB along with your chartered accountancy, it certainly gives you a very different perspective when you read laws and interpret them.
Correct. That's nice. So, what is one law that is commonly misinterpreted, that especially in the community, but you can decode that over here on the show?
Well, it's very difficult to answer, because there are different perceptions about the different laws. But for those who really wish to learn law, I must say they must understand the interpretation of law and how it is done. So, if we are good at interpreting the various terms and the sentences and provisions that are given in the Act, you will be above others. You will understand the law in details, and things will become simpler to you.
That's nice, sir. So, coming back to your first book, which you've written, GDP Decoded. Why did you choose GDP of all things?
Again, very honest answer. I myself was wondering what exactly GDP is all about. And this particular term is coined so much in the budget session that everybody used to talk about GDP, GDP and GDP. And I always wonder how exactly it is calculated and so on and so forth. And then I met so many other professionals, some seniors, and I came to the conclusion that nobody knows what exactly GDP is all about. So I thought, let us write a book on GDP. Let's decode it. Let us others understand how it is calculated. That's why that drew me to write that book.
So if you had to explain right now on the show GDP in like one line or two lines, can you give me a small?
Well, again, it is not possible to explain it in one or two lines. But I must say that it is a very highly unaccepted criteria adopted by the country to measure its progress. So GDP, which includes, say, for example, how many production, what are the services, what are the expenditure is being done in the country throughout a particular period, which becomes the part of the GDP. But I must say that people should think about the capacity utilization rate rather than GDP to understand what is the progress they are seeing in whatever they are measuring.
You have been on multiple councils and forums and all of it. What is one advice that you would give to any leader out there today?
Not only to the leaders, but those who are part of any boardroom or council and whatever. The best advice I would like to say that it is not necessary to understand all the answers, but it is necessary to ask the right question. So if you are able to ask the right question at the right time, you can really make some contribution in your discussions.
That's nice. And when coming to contributions to discussions, you've contributed to even the government authorities over here in India. How was your experience like in that?
I believe in a country like ours, all the policies and decisions are basically taken for tier 1 cities. As it has been said that India lives in its villages, I believe not only villages but even tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. So there has to be a shift towards having more policies, schemes for upliftment and using the capabilities these tier 2 and tier 3 cities plus villages are having. And if it happens, then India will certainly become a developed country from a developing country.
Correct. That's nice, sir. And how about the insights on what charter accountants these days? What advice would you give them? Or what is one aspect that you see in like a charter accountant, especially the younger ones who have just qualified? That okay, this ensures that this person is going to grow bigger and learn better in life. What is that one quality that you look for?
See, as I said, this is a very unique qualification. So I believe all those who have qualified have that all qualities. I would like to add another perspective to the young chartered accountants. Say it has been said that India is going to be a 5 trillion or whatever $10 trillion economy, and it is going to be a developed country. And if that happens, say for example after 10 years, the business, the industry, compliances, accounting and what not will increase manifold, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Whether the number of chartered accountants are growing by that way, the answer is no. Whether there is any competition to the chartered accountants, so far it comes to finance, accountancy, consultancy, the answer is again no. So I strongly believe for in fact youngsters that the future is very bright. They are going to live in a golden age and they should believe in themselves. They should always brush up their knowledge, keep pace with the technology and they are going to be the real citizen or those citizens who are living in a developed country. That is for sure.
That's nice, sir. And what about your trajectory? Where do you see your legacy going?
Well, being in practice is bit difficult. I always say for first 1,000 days it is difficult because you try very hard like any other business.
Yeah.
But once the practice is settled, then sky is the limit. There are so many things on your plate to do. And my personal wish, to be very honest again, is to have an organization where not less than 300 to 400 people are working with me, and I will love to leave a legacy like any what to say like LNT or other organization that nobody knows who was Larson and who was Tubro, but everybody knows LNT. The same way I wish I will have an organization in future where so many people are living, they are earning their bread and working happily. That is going to be a dream for me. That will be my legacy.
That's nice, sir. I really appreciate your honest answer, and thank you so much for this conversation. I've had a lovely time chatting with you. And we're on to our next segment, which is the fun segment. It's called Beyond the Balance Sheet, which touch bases on the fun aspect of every chart accountant. So I'm going to use my phone for this segment, and pardon me for that. Since your book is GDP Decoded, let's play a quick game, which is basically if GDP was a person, what kind of personality would that
Complex.
complex
Yeah.
personality? Which balance sheet item best represents you?
Net worth.
Net worth. Okay. If you could audit any historical event in India, which one would it be and why?
Well, I will audit all the expenditure done during the Mahabharata time.
Mahabharata time. Okay. That's very interesting that you pick up that particular time. And before a big policy talk or a room that you enter, what's the one thing that you keep telling yourself that you'd remind yourself that you're going into a room of big people?
It is always self-belief that drew me throughout all my ventures and make me stand before all the stalwarts and the big people.
That's nice, sir. Thank you so much once again for this conversation. I've had a lovely time chatting with you.